many of us will experience feelings of depression at one time or another in our lives. For nearly 1 in 10 adults in the United States, these feelings are strong and persistent enough for a mental health diagnosis. At this time, our young people, ages 12 to 25, are experiencing a rise in symptoms of depression, particularly with the strain of the pandemic. Underneath this video, you will find links to help resources, hotlines, and websites, as well as a link to find a therapist in your area. The 15 strategies in this video focus on compassion, self-care, and ways to check in with yourself around feelings of depression and symptoms of depression. There are also ways to help and support others. You may want a pen and paper to write down notes or for reflection. Depression can show up as feelings like anger, sadness, exhaustion, or loss of interest. Some of these feelings can have physical causes. Check to see if you are hungry, thirsty, even dehydrated, if your body is a little sore, if you feel tired. Notice how long it has been since you got up to stretch or move around. A great support for depression is fresh air and sunlight. Taking a walk outside for a little gentle exercise can help. If you know someone who is feeling depression, invite that person out for a walk. When we feel depressed, we often start to, even unconsciously, remove things from our lives that bring us pleasure or joy. We also tend to read or watch things that reinforce our feelings of sadness. An important thing to do is consciously reintroduce small and steady pleasures and joys into your life. Hang pictures, posters, comics, or cards. Bring in some elements of nature, like rocks or shells, or introduce more spiritual objects. Notice what colors delight you, and use and wear those. If there is anything in your space that seems to sap your energy each time you look at it, is it something you can replace? Or is there a mess or clutter that it might be time to clean up? If cleaning up seems hard right now, see if there is someone to ask to help you with that project. Depression can start when we feel overwhelmed, unsure what action to take, or like we don't have very much power in our lives. A good step to take is to find out what things you can do, where you can make changes. If there is a young person in your life who's experiencing symptoms of depression, see if there are ways you can support them in expressing their identity and finding ways to make changes in their world that are positive. Anything that brings us closer in connection to someone or something else is a great antidote for feelings of depression. Music can uplift our mood, and there is power in doing creative activities. Depression can be a signal that you would like more creativity, spirituality, or connection in your life. Ask yourself if there is a hobby you would like to learn, or if there is an artistic dream or goal that you let go of at some point in your life, even from childhood. Wonder at what it might take to add in even little pieces of artistic time in your life. Depression tries to limit. Instead, encourage yourself to expand. Cook, bake, learn new skills, use your favorite spa and relaxation products. Make a shoulder wrap out of a tube sock by filling it with white rice, tying it at the end, and microwaving it for 30 to 60 seconds. And all the other things you love that wake up your senses. Mantras are sounds, words, or tones in English or in another language. Adding a mantra practice into your day, even a very short one, is a way to generate powerful, positive energy. Write down anything that comes to you without censoring. If you can't think of anything to write, just start by writing, "Here I am writing. I don't know what to write." Write, until something else comes through. Journaling allows the part of you that feels sadness or depression to have its say. Journaling also gives you a chance to see what other thoughts and feelings you have. Now that I've given you a few ideas, it's time to do a deeper check-in with your body. We have a very strong mind and body connection. You notice this on a regular basis. If you feel happy, you start to smile. You feel a sense of lightness. If you start to feel sad or depressed, your shoulders might sag, you might get a bit of a stomach ache, or feeling of pain in your heart, or tension in your shoulders. They might be a signal that it's time to pay more attention to your emotions. There are a laundry list of medications that can cause symptoms of mood changes. If you have been feeling depression and you just don't know why, or if you start a new medication and you suddenly have a rapid mood change, please check in with your doctor to see if any of your medications could be at the root of this. Depression can also have roots in physical illnesses. If you or someone you love is managing one of these conditions, be sure to check in on symptoms of depression and to talk to your doctor for more information. There are some stigmas out there around chronic illness. One is that if you have a chronic illness, you will also have depression. This is definitely not the truth. Another is that symptoms of chronic illness are caused by depression. What is true is that for people with chronic pain, as well as our elderly, there are a great deal of changes in their lives. Many medications to manage, doctor's appointments, new symptoms that come and go or come and stay. There are points in life where people start to lose the skills they used to have and may need a greater level of care or even hospitalization. As a friend or family member, it can be very helpful to support our chronically ill and elderly during these times of change, to help people feel empowered and to make as many choices as they can on their own with your support. It is healthy to have a full emotional spectrum, including feelings of sadness, frustration, and anger. Be careful not to try and push these feelings away if you feel them, but to try to learn more and more to care for yourself by listening to these feelings with compassion. Notice if you are having thoughts or emotions that feel overwhelming, hard to bear, or are interrupting your day-to-day life. Especially notice if you are having thoughts and feelings around suicide. If someone you know lets you know about any of these feelings, please don't take them lightly. Feelings like these can signal a mental health diagnosis. Please take a look at the resources under this video and reach out for help. Depression can also signal the presence of trauma or abuse. If this is something you are going through, thank you for being here today, for listening, and for any steps you're taking in your life to get you through day by day. There are many types of trauma. And there is support. On this website, you will find resources and information, including hotlines and ways to seek help and support. Here is the National Domestic Violence Hotline, text number, and website. If you've experienced any kind of trauma in your past, depression can signal that it's time to talk to a therapist about some of these feelings. So please take the steps to reach out. When we feel depressed, it can seem like an easy escape to use alcohol and drugs. Please be aware that alcohol and drugs create their own cycle of euphoria and withdrawal. And if you are already feeling symptoms of depression, this can actually make those mood swings worse. No one uses alcohol or drugs without a good reason first. Please check in with your doctor or therapist. Learn to congratulate yourself for every effort you make and step you take. Some days, that may mean congratulating yourself for getting out of bed, making yourself breakfast, going to work, every step along the way. Congratulate yourself for being here and listening to this video today. For a last moment here, we'll do a little visualization. You may want to close your eyes. Take some nice deep breaths and visualize a flower, a bright, vibrant, beautiful flower. Any type, any color. Picture the petals, the leaves, the stem. And imagine this beautiful flower right in the center of your mind. or in the center of your forehead. And just breathe into that image. Take one more full breath, and then allow your breath to return to its regular pace. Thank you so much for watching this video today, and for any steps and strategies you're taking to help yourself or support someone else with feelings of depression. Thank you.